Hey everybody, we are pulling into New Mexico. We are on I-40, which is part of Route 66. Often Route 66 is right next to us. We're going to pull off here in Tucumcari, take a look at an old town, an old Route 66 town just right off of I-40. We're probably less than a mile from I-40 at this point. But look at some of this old stuff. I enjoy this. I really wish we would have, protected our history a little better. When I-40 came in and Route 66 became unpopular to ride or drive, a lot of these businesses suffered, and I hate that. People were more interested in doing 80 miles an hour and getting through the state than they were doing 40 miles an hour or 35 miles an hour and looking at what the state had to offer. We really liked New Mexico. As a matter of fact, I would say, as far as Route 66 was concerned, New Mexico was one of the highlights. Here's our hotel for the evening, the Blue Swallow. This is the one and only hotel that I stayed at that had historical significance, especially on Route 66. We stayed at some pretty awesome hotels. Some of them were very nice, way outside of my comfort zone. Nice. But this one right here suits me well. And I'm told they really have kept this one up. It's clean, it's neatly decorated. Really a good place to stay. So my wife was okay with this one. There were some other hotels along the way that weren't rated quite as high that my wife was not as comfortable staying at. But we enjoyed this hotel. We enjoyed the people here too. Very historical looking. They've kept the nostalgia, the nostalgic look, and have done very well with it. If you know me, you know I like classic cars for sure. And doesn't that Harley look good with my wife standing in front of this exquisite old hotel? Look there. My bike looks good in the parking garage too. Your own personal garage. You don't get too many hotels like that anymore. Here's the ice machines are in there. Take a look at the bed, the room here. Very neat. A seat that was here in the very beginning, they said in the 1930s. And look at that phone. That surely was 1940s or 50s. We walked down the road and went to eat. Saw some places where you could get some souvenirs. Saw some more classic cars. Tucumcari, US 66. This really was a nice town. We enjoyed it. Some more classic cars. Take a look at that. Another classic hotel there. I'm sure that would have been a good place to stay too, but I think we picked the right one. Here's the Roadrunner Lodge. And this is the place that we're going to eat. We're going to eat at Dell's here. Comes highly recommended. All right, we've met this young lady here. She's waiting on us today. What's your first name?
Renee.
Okay, hey Renee, it's good to meet you. And you were telling us about what day this is.
Yes, it's Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
And what that means here at Dell's is we're featuring either 2 ground beef tacos or 2 chicken tacos.
Okay.
They're gonna have rice, beans, chips, salsa, and sopapilla and honey for desserts. For only $9.99, you can make it 3 tacos for $10.99, and the other tacos are also discounted.
Okay, well thank you very much. I think we're gonna go with that. Sounds like a good place to me. We walked back to the hotel and had to get a picture with it all lit up. Here we go. More pictures. And there I am drinking a cup of coffee the next morning as the sun rises in front of my garage.
3, 2, 1.
All right. What's your first name, man?
First name is Joey.
Joey. Well, Joey, we just caught you jumping off of that over there. Just walked up and you were ready to roll, man. Tell me about that.
I wasn't. More people came. I was like, if anything happens, somebody will call someone. You know what I mean? I don't know. I wanted to do it. Right? I came over here.
Yeah.
I saw the site. I was like, listen.
Where you from, man?
From Maryland.
All right. Well, very cool. You came all this way to get
Came all
cooled
this
off, huh?
just for this. No.
No, yeah.
This
But
is
on the
all
way, you
fun.
can't miss it. You can't stop, can you?
Exactly.
I mean, you got to stop for sure.
I had to stop.
So tell me, how cold was that?
It was actually not that bad. I was
Okay,
more
okay.
adding in the cold anticipation plus the height of the jump, but honestly, I'd do it again. It was
When
fun.
when you got back out of there, you said, "Woo, that was cold." So I thought it must have been pretty cold.
Oh, it was cold, but I prepared myself for that. When I first pulled up, somebody
All
was
right.
like, "Yeah, it's cold."
All right, man. Well, good to meet you, man.
Good
You're
to
gonna be
meet
on
you,
Rev
man.
J Rides, okay?
I'm excited. Can't wait.
So that was the Blue Hole of Santa Rosa. That blue hole is a natural hole in the ground that's full of water, that's crystal clear blue water, very cool water for the area. When you think about a desert and 99 degrees and stuff like that, you don't think of cold water, but there it was. And here we are, we're on our way to Santa Fe. We wanted to go into Santa Fe and see some of the architecture and stuff in this town. Take a look at what we're going to see here. It's pretty awesome. This is part of Route 66 through Santa Fe, but it's an older version of Route 66. There I am parked at the oldest church structure in the United States of America, San Miguel Chapel. Here's some of the stuff that you'll see inside. We got some pictures of that. It's on the National Register of Historical Places. It's been verified to be one of the oldest or the oldest structure of a church in the United States. Now here's an old house. This is supposed to be the oldest house in the United States of America, Santa Fe, New Mexico. There's the doors to get into the oldest house, and here is the plaque that goes on the house to show that it's the oldest. We left there and headed towards Arizona. I will admit to you that we were pleasantly surprised that New Mexico offered so much along Route 66. We were going to see some things in Albuquerque, but because of the heat and because of a problem with my GPS, we wound up skipping by most of Albuquerque. But outside of that, we saw these things along the side of the road, these mesas, and it was a really awesome place to ride through on I-40 or Route 66, whichever we had the opportunity to do. We were getting cooled off here with a little bit of rain. It was feeling good. Hey, everybody, I would appreciate it if you would hit like, share, and subscribe. That would be awesome. Next week, Arizona to the Grand Canyon.